Hey students, this is lesson 132. Remember, you're going to need the green packet for this. We're going to go ahead and do problem 1 here. It says the cost of a school banquet is $95 plus $15 for each person attending. Write an equation that gives you the total cost as a function of the number of people attending. Let's let y equal our total cost. And since each person costs $15, we're going to have to multiply 15 times the number of people. And x is going to represent the number of people that attend, plus it's $95 extra. So there's our equation, and we want to know the cost for 77 people attending. Y is the cost, and for 77 people, we just have to do 15 times 77 plus that extra 95. And so on my calculator, I'm going to do 15 times 77 plus 95. And you can see when we do that, we get $1,250. All right, and the second problem we're going to do says in 1980, the average price of a home in Brainerd County was $97,000. By 1986, the average price of a home was $109,000. It says write a linear model for the price of a home P in Brainerd County as a function of the year. So if we're going to do that and we want to do it as a function of the year, we need to know how much this is going up per year. So to figure that out, I'm going to see how much it went up, $109,000. Subtract the cost of the home in 1980, and that equals, let's see, that's $12,000. It went down, or went up, but it went up $12,000 in that span. And then I'm going to divide that by the number of years, and to find the number of years, I'm just going to do, since this price was in 1986, I'm going to put that right underneath the 19,000. And then I'm going to subtract the year of the $97,000 price, which is 1980. And that's 6. And then I'm just going to divide those two. And 12,000 divided by 6 is $2,000. So the price is going up by $2,000 per year. So plus $2,000 per year. And notice that looks a heck of a lot like finding the slope, which it really is. The constant rate of change is the same as the slope. So now we're going to write a linear model for the price of a home. P is equal to, it's going to go up $2,000 every year. And we're supposed to let T represent the years. So 2,000 times the number of years, plus we have to add on how much it was worth at the beginning of this. And it says, let's let T equal 0 correspond to 1980. So we're going to add the price in 1980, which is $97,000. All right. So now let's say we wanted to find the price 20 years after 1980, which is 2,000. We would just say 2,000 times 20 plus 97,000. Okay, I'm going to do number 9 with you. And to do number 9, we need the equation. So remember that the equations look like this, where the coefficient is the constant rate of change, or the slope. And this is the beginning price, or what the value would be if it was 0. All right? So, so here's our information. We know that when x is -7, y is -6. We know the slope is 4. So to write my equation, right away I'm going to substitute 4 for the m part. I know that's my rate of change, so 4x. And then I just need to figure out what to add on there. And to help me do that, I know from this information that when the input is -7, the output is -6. So if I take 4 times my input, which is -7, 4 times -7, plus this extra thing added on, it has to equal -6. Well, 4 times -7 is -28. So -28 plus what number equals -6? And one way I could do that is I could just take -6 plus 28, which is 22. And notice -28 plus 22 will give me -6. So my answer for the B part of the equation is 22. So equation 4x plus 22 works for these points with that slope. All right, let's do one more problem here, number 10. It says if a large factory sells its new gadgets for $5 each, it can sell 1,050 per month. If it sells the same gadgets for $9, in other words, if it raises the price by $4, it will only sell 400 per month. Assume the relationship between price and sales is linear. Predict the monthly sales of gadgets, the nearest whole number, if the price is 12. So let's come up with an equation for this. If we sell the gadgets for $9, in other words, if we drop the price, or if we raise the price from $5 to $9, we're going to sell the difference between these two less per month. So what I want to do is take my 900 minus my 1,050 to find out how many less I'm selling. So 900 minus 1,050 is equal to 150. And then I'm going to, and that happens when the 900 sold is what I get if I'm selling them for $9. And the 1,050 is what I get if I'm selling them for $5. So that means that if the price increases by 4, oh, that's a -150, I'm going to sell 150 less. And if I divide that out, that tells me that 150 divided by 4, -150 divided by 4 is, -150 divided by 4 is -37.5. And what that number represents is my drop in the number sold for every dollar that I increase the price. So that's like a rate of change or a slope. So now I just need to figure out how many would I sell if I work my way all the way back to the beginning. In other words, if I charge $0, so this is how much I'm charging, and this is the number sold. And we know that at $5 we will sell 1,050. At $9 we will sell 900. So notice this price is going down. So if I go back to $0, that's going to be my starting point. I want to know how many I would sell at 0. Well, remember that our price goes down $37.50 for every one sold, and this is for 5 sold. So if I figure out how much it drops by increasing $5, so I'm going to take 5 times $37.50. You can see that's $187.50. This equals $187.50. That means in this time from 0 to 5, I've sold 187.5 less. So to figure out where I was at the beginning, I just need to take 1,050 plus 187.5. And that equals 1,237.5. So I started at, and now I can do my y equals, so the amount I will sell is equal to 1,237.5 minus 37.5 for $1 increase. So x is how much I'm charging, and y is how many I will sell. Now, the last thing we need to do is figure out if our whole number, how many gadgets I will sell if my price is $12. To do that, all I need to do is take 1,237.5 minus 37.5 times 12. And you can see that answer is 787.5. So it says round to the nearest whole number, so we're going to say if the price is 12, we will sell 788 gadgets. All right, I'm just going to ask that you do try a couple problems here at home. Like, why don't you go ahead and try number 12 and number 14. See if you can do those, and we'll talk about those next time we meet in class.